Listen to this Canadian professor.
I have worked with 4- and 5-year-olds in schools who have genders that their parents don't want them to have. Parents' rights have suddenly been weaponized against trans and non-binary and two-spirit youth. I want us to get really comfortable with challenging right-wing Christian patriarchy. I want to say things like, you can do work around sexual orientation and gender diversity with children of all ages. And so I want us to think about these conversations in kindergarten.
Have you ever stopped to wonder why radical activists are so hyper-focused on introducing complex gender ideology to children as young as 4 and 5 years old? If you don't know me yet, my name is Nicole. I believe progressives are actively trying to stage a cultural, communist-style revolution, not just here in the United States, but in every Western capitalist state. My goal is simple. I want to arm you with the raw facts. I want you to recognize the exact subversive tactics being used to tear our families and communities apart so you can navigate this chaotic cultural landscape safely. Let's look at the actual science of child development. 4 and 5-year-olds physically do not have the brain capacity to fully understand abstract gender concepts. According to renowned developmental psychologist Lawrence Kohlberg, children at this age rely entirely on concrete reality and surface appearance. They go through 3 strict stages. First, gender labeling, where they categorize people purely by a haircut or an outfit. Second, gender stability, where they realize boys become men, but they still think changing an appearance physically changes your biology. They completely lack a concept called object conservation. Just like a toddler thinks pouring juice into a taller glass magically creates more juice, they genuinely believe putting a dress on a boy physically transforms him into a girl. They over-rely on superficial cues, and they practice extreme gender rigidity to make sense of a stable world. Interfering with this natural developmental process is incredibly dangerous. Forcing fluid adult concepts onto a preschooler's brain causes severe psychological confusion and distress. A child's brain is hardwired to seek absolute predictability, to feel safe. When adults tell them they can be born in the wrong body, it shatters their secure reality mapping. It forces them to doubt their own physical senses, inducing chronic anxiety. Furthermore, it artificially locks in normal temporary phases of play. It is completely normal for a young boy to play with dolls. Left alone, he naturally realizes he is still 100% a boy. But when an adult steps in and labels that play as a sign he might be a girl, they pathologize normal childhood and push them into a permanent identity crisis before they can even reason logically. So why are they doing it? Ironically, the adults pushing this are the ones enforcing rigid, outdated stereotypes. If a boy likes pink, the modern affirmative approach claims he must be a girl. That is pure adult projection. Politically, this is driven by queer theory, an academic philosophy designed to dismantle biological reality. By introducing this to preschoolers, activists leverage the natural suggestibility of children to seek adult approval, transforming a temporary phase into a socially induced identity. This isn't about healthcare. It's about driving a wedge between parents and their children, creating a dependency where the totalitarian state can step in and take control of our everyday lives. It is the classic communist playbook. Destroy the family unit to make the citizen entirely dependent on the state. If you needed a sign that you are doing the right thing by refusing to bow down to this gender ideology garbage, let this be it. Reality is catching up. Medical organizations worldwide are rapidly walking back their support for this lunacy due to a total lack of evidence. The truth is being exposed. What are your thoughts on how this is impacting our schools and communities? Drop a comment below. Remember to hit that like button, share this reel to wake other parents up, and hit that follow button for more undeniable facts.